Hi class, today we're going to do a quick sketch of Jenny, so let's jump right in. I'm not going to be using a photograph as reference at this point. I just want to use as much of the paper as possible for drawing, so we'll see how this goes. So we're just going to do her face like a kind of egg shape, as it were. That's her eyes here. Making sure the pupils are looking right back at us, like that. I'm going to cut the eye in half with her eyelashes. Another one here. And then we're going to put her top lid and her eyebrow. So you might be starting to recognize some of the steps we've already done. By the way, the alarming crash that you heard at the end of yesterday's video was my equipment all falling down. But luckily nobody was harmed, so you can all be quite relieved about that. Good, so that's her eyes and her eyebrows. Now on this center line we're just going to add her nose. Nice little small nose there. And she's got a lovely big smile, very happy. She's actually playing badminton at the moment. So you'll see in a moment what we're going to do. Now if you notice, I'm not using the colour pencil like I usually do. In this case I'm just using pressure instead of colour. This is useful if you don't have a colour pencil. Just do your first guidelines with a very light pressure on the pencil. And that does just the job as well. Okay. So we'll take out a few of these guidelines. Okay, now the hairline is coming up here. She's got a center parting, so it's going to be on that center line. And because she's running, her hair is going to be flying up behind her, like this. So if you do hear another almighty crash, it's probably because this setup has all come tumbling down again. I'll find a way soon, hopefully, to make this a bit more stable. But in the meantime, you've still got the comedy value of this whole thing collapsing every time I try and make a film. Good. So that's all we're doing for now. Now if you notice the hair, I'm just treating it almost just like a blanket or a rug or something. I'm not interested in individual hairs or anything like that. Well, we're going to introduce her body now. So this will be her upper body here. And then her lower body just here. And these are the three main parts: the head, upper body and lower body. So we need to get those in a nice rhythm. Now we can have one leg coming out this way. Just little stick legs for now. And then the other one is coming out this way. So you can see how simply these shapes are put together. No detail or anything just yet. I'm going to have one arm out the front, like this. And then this one here, I'm going to have holding the tennis racket. And as before, we've got a hand here and a shoulder here. So we're going to join them together with a lower arm and an upper arm here. And then that should keep your proportions right. Okay, we've got a little waist here, and then we're going to put her badminton skirt on, which we're going to do just like a simple line like this. Now this shoe, we're looking at the underneath of the shoe, and this one we're going to be looking at the top of the shoe. Okay, so this one you'll see some dark underneath. She'll have her socks on, I hope. We're going to keep her legs nice and skinny. It looks funny that way. We could also put a little bit of a sort of a plait or a pleat or whatever you call it on the skirt. That's it. A bit of a collar here. The shadow here underneath the chin, that really helps as well, just to separate the face from the neck. So. And again, this is a nice long curve, which is good to keep. So you don't want to complicate that with any detail or fussiness, just keep it nice and straight. Again, if you have any questions or any suggestions, you can contact me at rick@rickmachinstudios.com, and I'll be happy to help. Anything you might be struggling with at school, or if you just want to learn how to draw some cartoons, I'll do what I can. We talked about a puddle shadow before, and this time we're doing a puddle shadow, but there's no actual contact, which is fine. And you'll see what I'm doing in a minute. So again, keeping it smaller rather than larger. You don't want to overdo this technique, but it just gives a bit of a distance between Jenny and the ground. And it looks like she's leaping through the air. So as long as you've got that distance there, you could even put a little bit of a suggestion of a background line maybe. It doesn't have to be anything detailed. And then the last thing of all, we're going to we can have this heading in. There we go. So that's Jenny playing her badminton, looking very nice. So I'll see if I can get a bit closer without destroying the studio. Hold on. There we go. That's a nice beauty shot there for you. Okay,